Well, hi there guys and girls. Today I'm starting off in a place called LANGHOLM, on the borders there, just inside Scotland. It's the first time I've actually stopped in this town, and driving into the town from Carlisle, you pass through some nice little places. It's a shame the places are not open, because I would have actually stopped and had a better look around. So anyway, we'll move on and start our journey. Now guys, today's journey, I am heading for Lockerbie, and the reason I'm going to Lockerbie, I don't know, do you remember in the 80s, the Pan Am air disaster? They've got a lovely memorial there with all the names of the people what was actually on board the plane. But later on in the video, when I find out more about it, I'll give you a bit more information. But until then, we're just enjoying the ride until we get there. So hold on guys, and come with me. Now, as I was going through Carlisle, I headed out to Longtown, and then Longtown to LANGHOLM. And as I was leaving Carlisle, it was lovely and bright, but it's got a bit dull now, but it's not a problem. We'll keep going. I don't think it'll rain, and if it does, we're not made of sugar. Now, I have been to Lockerbie Cemetery before. In fact, I've been there a few times. So when I do get there, and when I'm filming, I won't be talking while I'm filming doing that part. What I do, I just play a little bit of soft music there for you, just while you can take all in. But before I put my camera on today, I met loads of bikes on the road coming towards me on different parts of the road, in different gangs or different groups, whatever you want to call them. So it's nice to see everybody out. Now, I've never actually been to Lockerbie this way, so this is the first time I've ever been out on these roads. So this is all new to me. Some of you guys who are YouTube viewers, you might have been out here before in person, or you might have seen it in videos before. But as I say, for me, this is the first time using this road. Well guys, I hope you've been looking through some of my videos, and please do put a few comments up, whatever you think of them. And the last video I put up was the one of the Thunderfoot. Don't think I'll be using it today, but I've got it with me. In fact, I'll carry it with me all the time when I'm on the bike from now on anyway. It's not worth owning something like that and leaving it at home in the man cave, is it? For any of you guys out there who are into Facebook, I've got a Facebook page now, what I only opened up a day or two ago. It's Facebook page, Dave in the Man Cave, and also motorcycling out and about. So if you want to take a look at them, as I say, they're only new at the moment and fresh. There's not much on them, only a few videos. But if you'd like to join that Facebook page, the more the merrier. I'd like to see you all in there. There's a couple of bikes coming up there in the distance. I don't know as the camera picked them up yet. There. It's lovely out here. I'm going to try and keep away from that famous word of mine. It's gorgeous, but then again it is, isn't it? It looks like there was a little bit of rain on the road back there, and I'm just hoping that I've got my waterproofs with me in the top box, because I can't remember, did I put them in or not? I must say, this Suzuki 1250 FA, it's not quite yet, but it's probably one of the longest bikes I've actually ever had, and I must say I absolutely love it. It's lovely for potting around, it's lovely for distance. You know, I know it's a basic kind of a machine, but it does kind of everything. And she's not heavy on juice. I'm getting about 170 miles to the tank if I drive it sensible, which, to be quite honest, I've gone through that stage of life where that's all I seem to do anyway. I know sometimes you might have a nutty half hour, but that doesn't really happen anymore. Yeah, but I'm very pleased with it. What I'm going to do when the weather turns a bit kind of duller, and I don't seem to get out as much, which I'm actually going to try and get out as much as I can over the winter as well. But what I'm going to do is I won't have the original photographs, so I'm going to have to get a copy of the photographs off the internet, or you know, something like that, of all the bikes I've had from the age of when I started riding when I was 14. And just for the record, when I was 14 I used to go to the local like waste ground my father used to take me bike in a trailer and leave me there for the day and come back in the evening for me. And I used to take the bike, a gallon of petrol extra, rags and oil and bits and pieces and two-stroke oil, and they always knew when it was time to come home because I'd be hungry. Back then I never even thought of taking grub with me. You know what you'd like as a youngster, you know, you're just mad for riding the bike. So what I intend to do is start off from the beginning of what bikes I've had up to date. And strangely enough, when I was around 16 and 17, although the machines I had back then wasn't powerful, that was probably the time I actually had the most fun. And the reason is I was always messing with bikes and taking them apart and putting them together and changing this and changing that, and I'd actually try my hardest to make a 49cc bike go as fast as I could. And I'd be changing sprockets and I'd be taking off bits and pieces and adding bits and pieces, you know, just what youngsters do. Yeah, back in the days it was fun. And you were kind of pretty much left alone. The cops never really bothered you, you know. And when it comes to different speed cameras and all that, back then, you know, you was very unfortunate if you got stopped for speeding. You was kind of left alone, and you might say, well, you wouldn't really be speeding on a little 50cc, but back then the 50cc's wasn't restricted. You know, I don't know what year the restriction come in, but it was kind of back then every man to himself. Well guys, I'm just after stopping here on the side of the road. I think there's about 5.5–6 miles to go. There's the beast. Oh, I love my beast. There's about 5.5–6 miles to go. And I just thought I'd pull up and have a look at this. Look at that out there. What a fantastic view out there. Lovely little river and streams. All you can hear now, you can actually hear the water down there. It's so quiet where we are. And you can hear a car way back in the distance. It's so peaceful. And it's nice to see that the sun's trying to come back out again. It's actually nice and warm when you actually stop. Wouldn't it be lovely now to set up a little camp just beside the stream there? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? If you could just have a nice little tent there, nice little barbecue beside the river. Be absolutely gorgeous. Fantastic. Now I suppose we better mosey on and just we should be there shortly anyway. So until then,
talk to you shortly.
Yeah, on the sat nav here it's telling me that we've got 5.5 miles to go, so shouldn't be there in too long. And we'll see how it goes. Now this is Banks Hill. Fantastic. The roads are so quiet out here. There's no one behind me, so Now I don't know what side of Lockerbie I'm actually coming in on, so I've actually got to follow Sally the sat nav, and she'll guide me there, because any time I've normally come up the motorway straight through the borders into Scotland and then just turn off into Lockerbie. But as I say, I haven't got a clue where I am at the moment. I'm just taking it all in and enjoying myself. It's just under 2.5 miles and we'll be there. You know, it's horrendous. Can you imagine what Lockerbie was like at the time of the disaster, with so many people getting killed? Those who don't know about it, the younger people, if you go onto Google, you can actually Google it, the Lockerbie disaster, and it'll tell you everything about it. Lockerbie. They've even got a tattoo studio here. Yeah, it's not too far up here now. peaceful town, nice and quiet. Yeah guys, as I said, when I go into the cemetery I'll be filming more so than talking. This place is kept absolutely lovely, isn't it? Look how clean and tidy it is. This is the first time I've actually ridden into the cemetery. Normally I'd leave the car or the bike outside the gate. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed that little look around. Just taking a small little wander now. But as I said, I didn't want to do any talking while I was filming over at the memorial there. But you know, it's important that, you know, share my video and subscribe, and hopefully it'll get to some of the people and their families who can't actually make it here anymore. It'd be nice for them, I believe, you know. And yeah, I am amazed how well they look after this cemetery, and the surroundings of it. It is absolutely a fabulous job they're all doing. I don't know, is it the locals or is it the council or some sort of committee, you know, but I've been here a number of times now. This is the first time I've been here filming it, but you know, every time I've been here it has always been kept fantastic, even through bad weather. I've actually been here in bad weather before, and I was just saying to a couple there who were reading through the names, I was having a little word with them, and I was just saying like how well it's kept. Okay guys, I'll call it a day, and as I say, please subscribe to my channel and leave some comments, and I really do hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks very much guys. Cheers, thank you.